Hello everybody, this is Diane. Let me see if I'm on the right thing. Yes, I am. Okay, it is time for weekend collage. I have to get my thoughts caught up to where I am physically, I guess. Weekend collage. A little bit later in the day than I normally like to do on the weekend collage, but I had to go to a meeting at my church for the music people. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I am going to be working on week 10. This is what we did last week. So we're up to week 10, and I have all of my things gathered up here. We have an illustration. So I have several illustrations. I have some in black and white. It's from a children's book. And some in color. I have no idea what... I probably pulled out way too many things in all the categories today because I'm going to have to make decisions. A person, I pulled out some fashion illustrations or images of people. There's Vivian Lee, but this was actually a book about fashion. Something round, so I just got out my basket of collage items that has round. A number snuck in there. A shoe. Now you may know that I've been gathering materials to make a shoe journal. So I just got into that and pulled out a bunch of things that I could spare from my shoe journal to put into a collage. And sheet music. So it was pretty easy to find things. It's just... the problem is going to be narrowing it down. So I think the person and the shoe are going to be featured pretty heavily in this. So I'm going to choose the person and the shoe, I think, and then I can select other items to go with the collage. So I have these smaller images. I like this lady. I like that lady. And she's a larger one. So I think it'll be one of these. She's a little too big for the page. I'm liking her, so let's see if she works. Cut her. That would have been a nice one. Still use her in something else. If I had realized, I wouldn't have cut so far over. Got to pay attention to the backs of these things before I cut them. I had a rough start this morning. I woke up at 5 o'clock with a really bad headache. And I got up and took some ibuprofen, got back in bed. But when I wake up like that, I know it's going to be a rough start. And because, you know, by the time I woke up for the day, the headache was better, but it was still there. So I didn't get a lot accomplished before I had to go to that meeting at 9:30. I was supposed to be there. And it was a 2-hour meeting, and then I came home and made lunch, and then I had to take a nap. My head is still hurting, but I can function now. Yeah, I like that lady, so I think we'll just go with that. It helps once I pick out a focal point. It helps the rest of the things come together. So I think I'd like to add maybe some color with the shoe. So these are images from a fashion book, a big fashion book museum. This is from a fashion magazine. And this is from a kid's book. those shoes he's wearing. Aren't they something? And these are some stickers from that Antiquities sticker book that Jeannie gave me. I'm finding lots of uses for those stickers, Jeannie, if you're watching this. Okay. Let's pick out some other stuff before I pick that. How about the illustration? Now, she might be, this was a book on drawing, and these people might be in competition with this person there, so I think I will not go with a person drawing. This would require quite, oh, maybe I pulled it out for that. I do like that. These are such pretty botanical drawings. Yeah, I was right. I pulled out too much stuff. All right, let's go. This is a larger illustration. Maybe I'll just cut that piece out. I resisted, well, I did bring out a few children's illustrations. You know, I almost always have a children's book illustration in my collages in this book so far. So I started pulling some out, but I really wanted to try to go with something other than a children's book illustration. So I looked at some of my other categories of book pages. I just love children's book illustrations. I really like this. I don't know if this is what I will use, but maybe. Wait, that's an illustration. I don't need another illustration. An illustration and a person and something round. Must be this is the something round and numbers basket. These aren't round, but they're shaped in a round. Yeah, there's quite a few numbers in here. Must be I made them share the basket when I organized. Here's a black and white. I love adding round things anyway. Round things and numbers are what I like to add. And there they are, sharing a basket. Very striking, isn't it? A shoe and sheet music. I don't think I mentioned sheet music. So we have lots of black and white here, again, and I don't want it to be like this one that's black and white and red. I want it to be different, but I do have a lot of black and white here. So I definitely need some color in the shoe. This flower is kind of pinkish. So let's Let's try one of these pink shoes. I am going to go to my son's house at supper time, and my daughter and her kids are coming, and they're renting a movie from Disney Plus. They have the subscription, and then there are some movies that you have to pay extra for, and it's a new one called Raya and the Dragon or something like that, which I'm really not that interested in, but they're having a movie night. They're renting the movie for us all to watch. We're going to have pizza or something and watch the movie. And they invited me, so I am looking forward to that. I do like to watch most of the Disney kids movies, but for some reason that one doesn't do anything for me, but maybe I'll really like it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have my 5 elements. The bonus was tissue paper. And I used tissue paper last time, didn't I? Yeah, these numbers are tissue paper. Now we just have to put these into a pleasing arrangement. I'm going to let some of the white show, I believe. Her instructions at the beginning of this challenge say that you can add a stamp or something at the end to finish it off. And I haven't been doing that. I think the shoe's going to wreck this. Can't think of the word. This arrangement. The shoe is not going to make sense, but a collage doesn't have to make sense. It just has to look good. I might have to use a different illustration. Yeah, because I'm not liking that. So I either need to do something with the shoe or get a different illustration. I'm going to cut this out just in case. See, that's why this is called a challenge. If I was on my own, just picking out things to make a collage with, maybe I wouldn't pick these things, these elements. But it's a challenge, so I have to make it work. And then I have a lot of black and white again. The shoe is the problem. The shoe is the problem. Okay, now I want this collage, so I'm going to look at the shoes. See if I can do a different shoe. That's a big shoe. Well, I could just stick a shoe down any place, you know, but it is not pleasing me. I like these. They're kind of cool. Again, I'm not adding color with those shoes, though. Ugh, I am really struggling with this one right now because of not feeling well. I just feel like, yeah, I'm done with this one. I'll pass. But I want to accept the challenge. I didn't think this would be so hard when I saw all those elements. They're elements that I like. I love to use circles. I always like having a face in my collages. A person or an animal or something. And I like shoes. I always like to include music. So these are all elements that I like. It's just really hard putting them together. I think maybe I need to add something extra. I don't want to cut around each of those little tabs, so I'll just kind of indent. Maybe if I wasn't on camera, I would cut them out more carefully. And I don't even know if I'm going to use this. Normally you see me put together a collage pretty quickly. Today you are seeing me struggle. I really like those shoes. Maybe if I put the shoes front and center instead of the lady, I might like that better. Still not my favorite. I'm gonna try to add some color. So this is round. And look at my illustrations again. Maybe I'll change out that flower for something else. I pulled this one because it was it's a bear. It's part of the Three Bears story, wearing a hat, and I thought that would be cute with the lady and the shoes, but I don't think it's gonna go well with that. None of these illustrations I don't think will go well with this picture. Maybe something like that would be better than the flower. This section on the How to Draw book was figures in action. You can definitely see action in the way these figures were drawn. Guess I'll cut that part off. I don't like that sheet music. It's every time I try something else, there's something else I don't like. I think the sheet music is just too white. So you know what? There's no law that says I can't color my sheet music. Get some of this color off. I could rub it on here. I hope I fall in love with this collage when it's done. That would be rewarding. I think that helps. I don't want it to look like her leg is stuck in that shoe. Okay, I think that's okay. I think I can live with this one. And I said I was gonna leave the background white, but I think I'm gonna stamp some of these dots on it. Wait, did I just use those? Yeah, I have those there. I'll just stamp this for some texture in the background. And I'm going to use my crumb cake, Stampin' Up! Crumb Cake. Maybe this, just that expanse of plain white was throwing me. Now we're ready to glue down. So let's put the music down first. I know that's where I want it to go. And it's underneath everything else. everything else has to be placed just so. I just have to trim a little better around this circle. It was very roughly cut. I think the shoes will be the last thing to get glued down. And I certainly don't want it to look like her leg is in that boot. So I'm going to glue her next. No, this next. I think shoes or her will still be the focal point because she's looking toward us and she's looking away from us. Okay, I guess that's good. If you're doing this challenge, have you had a week that was particularly challenging for you? What kind of elements do you like to use? Like I said, I like to add numbers and people and round things. What do you like to add? I think it helps having that texture stamping done in the background. Okay, it's not like my favorite, but I'm okay with it. I don't hate it. And I think I'm just going to add something with a stamp. Because we can. Okay, I like this, figure 1, figure 2, and figure 3. I like that. Doesn't show up very much, but it's there and I like it. Just a little bit of black to pop. And I'll add that one down there. And then I will call it good. Or at least okay. So, tell me what you think. Did I pull the challenge off? After all of that struggle, I'm just going to do a little bit of black outline. Sometimes that helps draw everything together. Half an hour to do one collage. That's unusual for me. But I actually like this one. I'm happy with it. Well, thanks for sticking with me if you did stick with me. Now I just have to do this part. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then this part is for notes. Notes about this. I'll probably write about how I struggled with that. And notes of the week that just passed. I did fill in those portions of the last few that I hadn't done before. I also like to just put in some washi tape when I have empty spaces in my planner part. Just to kind of pull this over. I use whatever colors go with this side of the page. Gotta glue that down. Alright, so I am just going to go ahead and do this on my own, and I thank you so much for collaging with me today. I hope that you like the end result. I actually think I really like it now. So there you go. You persevere with your challenge, and either you like it or you don't, but what's the harm? Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.